Okay, so today I'm going to tackle this this radiator and all the plumbing and bits and pieces that to go with it. This rad here, the two bikes that I got, both of them didn't have a rad, so what I decided was to buy a new one. This one is off a CB400. It looks very similar, as in it's almost the same. So I bought this rad. I think it was about 50 quid. For the rad, I had to buy a temperature switch as well. And because it's a CB400, I didn't have the little guard that goes, the two plastic things that go with the metal. So I actually got a guard off a CB400. Now I know it's a CB there. Maybe I'll cut that out and it'll just be a small gap in a 400. I don't know. I don't think you'll see the writing on it anyway. But anyway, this is what I got. Now, you would think that a CB400 would match, this guard would match a rad, but it actually the holes actually don't match up, so I'm gonna have to drill them, which is ridiculous. This is off a non-VTEC, the CB400 model that's non-VTEC. But it looks pretty close. I'm hoping to have success with this. I also got these kind of rubber mounts, as you can see, and they're 10mm ones. Got a whole bag of them. I think it was about 5 quid or something for the whole bag from China. So I can mount this this rad properly. Just for vibrations and stuff, they're perfect. Okay, look, let's get this thing mounted. Before I can mount it though, I have to do a couple of brackets, so I'll do them. And as you can see, this tubing was all chopped up, so I got new tubing. I am missing one tube, the one that goes in here, so either I'll find it or I'll have to buy it afterwards. That's the only thing I'm missing, I think, for the whole thing. And I've checked the thermo switch. I've boiled it already, and she does work, so that's sorted already. Grand. Okay. Look, I'll assemble the two bits and pieces. Oh, I also have to refurb the little casing for the fan. So I'll do that. As you can see, the fan for the radiator, it's in dire state. But I couldn't source a new one. As in, there are different ones, but I just couldn't source one that had the original 3 fittings. I seen 2 ones. You can get them, but anyway, look, I'll bring this one back to life and put it on the new rad. Okay, so I've painted it up. So here's the little chassis. That's the original fan, original chassis off the Bros. It works. The only thing I'm gonna have to attend is this. Someone had already shortened this. Maybe that's why this bike was dead. As you can see, they must have had a switch on the fan, instead of using the proper switch. So anyway, that's the bottom of it, like that. And the chassis goes something like this. I'll just get some nuts and bolts. Okay, so it sits in. This is the correct way it goes, something like this. And that will go this way and onto the switch. And this will go here, actually. This will go here, through there, yeah, and that goes like that and onto the earth. Okay, so that's more or less it. The only thing is I have to fix this and I have to bolt that. Let's see if it fits onto the rad. So like I said, this is a CB400 rad. I won't say it lines up perfectly, but it lines up very well. This one here is a little bit off, so I just need to re-drill that. So let me do that. Okay, so I've drilled it there. As you can see, I just went a little bit higher. So a small adjustment does need to be made. Now, I still don't know whether these will match up. At least one of them should. If not, what I'll do is I'll put a bar in across it, and then I'll drill the holes where I need to put in. So one way or another, this is going in. Just tighten this gently and I'll see. I'll put this on the bike and just see. Now, that I think, this here I think is the earth. I'll just put that in there for the moment, but I think that is the earth. I have to re-drill all 4 holes just to get it to fit. So I'm going to try it again. I think this time it should be close enough. Okay, so I finally managed to bolt it on. Like I said, I had to re-drill the 2 holes on each side. I also had to chop this here because it didn't fit. So this is supposed to be a perfect fit, but it obviously is nowhere near a perfect fit. That's kind of what it looks like on the front. Looks well. The CB bit is a bit annoying, but anyway, I don't think you'll see it because it'll be behind the wheel, behind all the other stuff, so it doesn't really matter. The last thing is I'm just going to fix this little cable while I have it out on the table. Okay, so that's the rad complete. So I'll put it on the bike and see how I get on. Okay, to hang the top of the rad, I actually don't have the right size bolt, so I'm going to make one. I have a longer one here, so 50, about there somewhere. I'll just cut it and I'll put a new thread on it. Now, arguably I could have gotten a bolt somewhere, but it's midnight now, so I'll get a bolt anywhere now at this hour. That's a bit quicker. Great. Okay, so as you can see, it fits. It's more or less identical. Small. I'd say the differences are very small. I don't have the original ones, so I can't say what the actual differences are, but it definitely fits. That CB is bothering me. I might have to do something about that, but yeah, everything lines up. I just have to find some nuts and bolts to fit it, and that'll take the tank off, and we'll do the plumbing from the top. Okay, so as you can see, I'll just show you. Thermostat is actually open. Looks like it's permanently open. So there's there's a gap there that should be closed. This should be up. Seems to be stuck. I don't know why it's not going up. Something's blocking it. Anyway, it's open there. So I'll try and boil it and see, maybe it'll pop back up. It should open and then it should close. But anyway, I'll boil it and I'll have a look. Okay, so I boiled it. It hasn't done anything, and I also have noticed that there's a crack up here. Look, this one is just too far gone. Fortunately, I have another housing. Hopefully there's a thermostat in it. Lovely. Well, this one is a bit better. Doesn't look better, but as you can see, it's closed. So I'm going to try and boil this one next and see if it'll open. Yeah, that works. Look, I'll show you now. I'll take it out. See? Woohoo! Okay, so as you saw there, that thermostat there is perfect. It works. I know it doesn't look great, but it works perfectly. So I'm happy enough with that. Now there is a groove here for the thermostat, so it doesn't kind of rotate. So that's it there. So since I have the tubes here, I might as well transfer them over. This one is a bit filthy inside, so alright, so I'll assemble this housing and then I'll try to put it as a whole into the bike. Now these tubes might need to be rotated and stuff, so I'm just leaving all that loose for the moment. And like I said, I'm going to put a bit of this stuff, just because that little seal there is quite flat. So I'll do the same around that. I just don't want to assemble this and then be having issues. Anyway, it won't do it any harm. This way, I think. Back over the chassis, yeah. Do the same for this. Okay. Alright, so I took the tank off. I also took the coil pack out. because I can't get it in. Now once the rad is in, I actually can't get this tube in. So I can see why it splits. I also took off the two pipes. So arguably it would have been better off just assembling it up here rather than on the bench. But sure, look, you live and learn. Now it should go in and rotate. And it does. Now, what I will do is I'll put the coil pipe back in while I have that inside. Because the last thing I want to do is now assemble all of this and then find out I can't put the coil pipe back in. Tubing that way. It'll be the same, so I'll make sure I can get to it. It's one in. This one here. I don't have a clamp yet. Okay. This one. That looks like it's the right way. That way, so I have access with something. Okay. That one. That one. This long one. Okay. Clips in there. And in there and goes in under. Okay, the bottle. This is where a long screwdriver comes in handy, and maybe long nose pliers. Okay. Okay, so that's the plumbing done. I have to say it was one of the more rewarding jobs. The rad looks great. The little cover, I know it says CB400. I'll attend to that at a later stage. I have to get that little tube at the far end there that's missing. Yeah, it's great to get things out of the boxes back and on the bike. I have started on the exhaust. I already chopped up the collector. Didn't work out exactly like I was planned, but hopefully I'll get it over the line. Yeah, so that's it for this video. Thanks for watching.